I'm Jen. Thanks so much for checking out my channel, Your Best Work Life, where we talk about all things to help you build the perfect resume, prepare for an interview, and further your career goals. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 resume pet peeves. So 3 things that just drive me absolutely crazy when it comes to resumes. I've shared with you guys in the past that I've reviewed over 20,000 resumes over the past 10 years, so I do know a thing or two about what makes a good resume and what makes a not so great resume. I've touched on some of these things in some of my other videos. Please check out the rest of my channel if you're looking for how to write a resume, where to start, lots of resources there. But for today, let's talk about 3 things that drive me crazy. Number 1, first and foremost, typos and errors. These drive me absolutely crazy in a resume. Your resume is your first impression, and you can only make one first impression. If you do not take the time to correct any grammatical errors, punctuation errors, make sure things are capitalized and outlined appropriately, if you can't do that when it comes to your own resume, why would a potential employer have any confidence that you would take the time to make sure that anything that you're writing for professional purposes, whether it be an email, whether it be a document, a training manual, whatever it might be, if you're not going to take the time to write your resume correctly and make sure there are no errors, they're not going to trust that you're going to have good written communication skills when it comes to your day-to-day job. So you really do need to take the time to make sure there is no spelling errors, no grammatical errors. There shouldn't be anything wrong with your resume. I know nobody's perfect and most things aren't, but when it comes to your resume, you want to get that as damn near perfect as you possibly can. Any errors, typos, grammatical issues, anything like that, all that's going to do is create an additional obstacle for you to try to overcome. And in most cases, if there are lots of errors in your resume, you're not going to get a call for an interview, and you're certainly not going to get the job. So make sure you take the time, no errors, they do not have a place in your resume. Number 2, several different fonts. This drives me crazy. I can't tell you how many resumes I've seen that have 5 different fonts, and I'm guessing this comes from over the years, you add different things to your resume, you add a new experience, you add a new certification or class that you took, whatever it might be, but you don't go back to make sure that it's all consistent. And it just puts a bad taste in your mouth when you're looking at a resume and it's not formatted consistently and there's all these different fonts and crazy things going on. It just doesn't read clearly. I've shared in the past that in most cases you have less than 5 minutes, and in some cases less than 2, to capture the hiring manager's attention and to get them to put you in the yes pile when it comes to getting an interview. So it's really critical that your resume reads clean and that you don't have a bunch of different fonts that are going to distract and take away from what you are really trying to communicate with your resume. And that's why you're so amazing and why you would be a great fit for that opportunity. Number 3, stupid objectives. And when I say stupid, I mean stupid, pointless, generic objectives that don't really say anything. And honestly, most objectives that I see fall in this category. If you're going to include an objective on your resume, and I will say it is not required, you don't have to have an objective. And if it's not meaningful, you shouldn't have one on your resume. But if you really feel that you want to have an objective, make sure it is thoughtful. Make sure that it speaks to your experience and how that relates to the job or the company that you're applying for, so that it's actually a meaningful statement when a hiring manager reads it. If you have years of experience in the industry that you're trying to stay in and years of a track record of success that you can communicate in that objective in a concise statement, then do it. But again, if it doesn't add value, if it doesn't demonstrate why you would be a good fit for that opportunity or why you should be considered for that opportunity, get it off your resume. To quickly recap on the 3 things that drive me absolutely crazy and are my pet peeves when it comes to a resume. Number 1, typos and errors, they don't have a place on your resume. Number 2, several different fonts throughout your resume. They are distracting and it just looks messy. Clean it up, make it consistent. And number 3, stupid objectives. Make sure that if you're going to use an objective, it is powerful, impactful, and adds value and is going to be compelling in helping you be selected for an interview. So I hope these 3 things were helpful. Avoid them at all costs. please do yourself a favor. But if you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe below. If there's anything specific that you're looking for in terms of career advancement or writing a resume, preparing for an interview, drop it in the comments. I'll be sure to respond and create some additional videos to help you out along the way. Thanks so much, and talk to you next time.